So when you talk about social branding, you talked about LinkedIn earlier, but is there a bit more to it besides LinkedIn? Are we talking about all the social platforms, or are we just focused on LinkedIn, or is that really the best place to sell your social brand?
It really depends on the person what target audience they have. So I know of one gentleman who went from corporate into being his own boss, who is now building kind of a massive following when it comes to travel for dads. He does it on Facebook because there his audience is not only more active, but they're more following this type of desire. So therefore he addresses them there, and he would not hit the same when it would be on LinkedIn. Social selling as a term came more from the corporate world and has been therefore placed more into LinkedIn. But in general, that can be any type of social media and typically more than just one. So you have the more personal one, like think about Facebook, Instagram, towards Threads and TikTok. And then you have the professional ones, which is LinkedIn. In some other countries and continents, you have other ones like Xing in Germany. You have also Twitter as a short form today called X. And you can even take, of course, YouTube as your social media platform in addition to this, but you would position it completely differently. And not to forget, there are places like Reddit, Quora, to be known for an expert on something. And from a blogging platform, you have Medium, Substack, Beehive. So there's plenty of places. And we need to figure out what is the best. You cannot be everywhere. You cannot be known for everything. And even the same person might follow you in more than one channel, but with a different mood, different mindset, different timing. In ideal cases, it works without problem. It works without conflict because you talk differently per platform, but in a way that you can move it around so that it's not contradicting.
That's interesting. So I guess you're saying that first you need to figure out who your audience is. And of course, you need to figure out who you are as well, or as a business, what the business stands for, right? And who are you trying to sell to? And then make sure you get your brand noticed in that platform. Is that correct?
Yes. So you should not necessarily start only by the platforms. How can you place your stuff there? But need to figure out who hangs out where. And then it's always the guru question, do you need to niche down or not? So there are some who say you really need to do this so that the right level of people are attracted by the content. On the other side, there are larger areas which are already proven. So if you say, I'm interested in photography for, let's say, single dads, doesn't affect me, but just came into my mind, then you would hit maybe broader than if you put it then in a certain geography or something like this. But if you talk too broad, photography in general, then you do not really hit a target audience. You need to find the right balance in between niche and wide, that you can attract enough people that there's a market who is waiting for you. But of course, you also need to know that there is something that you have that other people find interesting. And that is often the biggest issue from the beginning, because we take for granted what we know, but we believe everyone else knows it as well. To then recognize that's not the case. When I show something with my IT skills about how to operate similar to easy things like Canva, PowerPoint, and so on, Google Slides, then many small businesses around ask me, how you do this? And for me, that's maybe for 20 years in there, but for them not. They would even pay for learning the shortcut, how to make that happen. So, and therefore it's a good way to think about what you can offer to others, where is a place where they would hang out, and then to combine that together. Ideally, so that you can find a large enough audience interested in these topics, who then also are ready to convert. Convert can mean that they pay something, digital products, courses, whatever, but convert can also mean being invited for speaking possibilities, which you can use on another place.